Hi everyone. Just wait for everyone to get in and then we'll get started. Hiya Pat. Hiya Pat. Oh, let me just turn that off. There we go. Hiya Pickle. Hiya Kayla. We'll just let everybody else get in there. As you can see, I'm very Christmassy right now with my lights and candles. You stop eating those lights, lady. My kitten's now decided to eat my lights. Oi, leave them alone. Leave them alone. You're breaking them, lady. Hiya, Becky. That's fine, you look away. Right, I'll switch the lights on so we can see what we're doing. There we go. So as you can see, I am right in the Christmas mood today. I've got my little snowman globe and my little stack of presents and my Happy Holidays candle, which I'll pop there. And then I've got my Christmassy letter for my name, which I'll also move out of the way. And my Christmas lights. Hiya Nana, thank you. But yes, I've got Peeps, one of my kittens, trying to eat my lights. So in my stream today, I'm going to be colouring a Rita Berman image, and as you can see on my desktop here, I have two in front of me. We're going to be colouring the one in on the left with the little mouse, but you can get both of these images from her Facebook page, which I will leave a link to in the description once I've finished streaming. And I'll just make it so you can see them a bit better there. You should still be able to get these. I'm sure they're available throughout the whole of December. Hiya Brittany, hiya Vicky. Well yes, we are going to be colouring in the little mousey here. But I'll leave all of the details for that in the description after the stream. And I'm going to be using my Prisma pencils, which I've got beside me here. A few of them I've already got colours picked out. And I'm just going to dive on in, and then we will... Brittany, they're from Rita Berman's Facebook page. If you don't know where that is, I'm going to leave the link in the description box after the stream. But yes, I'll zoom you in and we will get straight into colouring. There we go. So it's a very cute little mouse on the top there, and the whole image is of a massive cupcake, and he has decorated it so there are little houses on here, and this seems to be a bridge leading to the ladders, and there's candy canes and lollies, and then on the outside we have a wreath of some holly leaves, and we have some, what I'm guessing are also little holly berries and some mistletoe berries and leaves, and I'm not sure what they are. They might be rose hips, but I'm not too sure. And then we also have some other little Christmassy foliage going on, and then the rest of the whole circular image is snowflakes, which look really cute, and snowballs. Give me 2 seconds, something's just popped up on my laptop. There we go. But you can get this image, and like I was saying at the beginning, this image as well. I'll just zoom back out a little bit, and they are both for free on Rita's Facebook page. There we go. And we are colouring in the little mouse image today. So I'm just going to dive in, and I'm going to make a start on the border of the image, and then I'll work my way over and we'll do some of the inside of the image. Hiya Laura. So how is everybody doing today? I hope you're all well. If you have this image and you're watching along, feel free to colour it any way you like. But for those who would like to colour it the same way I am colouring, I'm using Prismacolor pencils at the moment, and right now I've got olive green. Yes, I hope you're all well. I'm not doing too bad myself. Oh, thank you. It's a bit weird streaming again, I must admit. Which is why I released a few videos in practice last week, but I've been so busy this week because it was my birthday on Monday, and it's just been hectic ever since. So my plan with these is to start off heavy at the base and work lighter out. Hiya Rochelle and Sue, hi. I didn't do anything specifically on my birthday, but I'm going out for a meal with the family tomorrow, which will be good. But I've also been doing lots of Christmas preparations this week, as in going out buying presents, and I went into the storage box outside and got loads of Christmassy bits and pieces out. But we aren't having a tree this year just because of the kittens. But that's alright, we don't need a Christmas tree to enjoy Christmas. If anyone needs me to zoom in a bit closer, just let me know. But I've been out shopping a lot lately this week. Like I said, just getting bits and pieces, and we had a new B&M open up close to us a couple of weeks ago, and managed to get round to go there yesterday to have a look. And I could have spent a fortune on Christmas stuff in there because they had loads and it was all really nice. Oh, thank you, Pickle. They're due to get done again. They're growing a bit long now. And I think I'll get them done next week, and then I can get them done all Christmassy. Although I wouldn't go against saying that blue and glitter isn't Christmassy, because it certainly is. Anything glittery can pass for Christmas. I'm just going to move a few bits around so I can pull this a bit closer, because I have terrible eyesight. Oh, thank you very much, Rochelle, but I've been engaged for a few years now. I did just, we've been engaged a few years now, but we have now officially decided to get married next year, when before we didn't really have a date set in mind, and we weren't really bothered either. But now we've got something else to look forward to next year, which is really good. Okay, take care, Laura. And thank you, Sue. So has anybody else been doing their Christmas shopping? I know that the shops around where I live are getting really busy already. You could barely move in them yesterday. Hiya, Joanne. Oh, very nice, Pat. Right, I'm just going to turn this for 2 moments. If only we could have some Christmas music on whilst doing this. But obviously we can't, because I'd have to get permissions from all over the shop. There we go. So then I'm just going to come in with my next green. and that's apple green. Well, that's the good thing as well, because our main shopping to be done was for Ella, and we got most of hers done in one day. So we were really pleased about that. And then obviously it's just odds and ends for the rest of the family that we need to pick up. But I don't need to worry about Christmas food shopping this year, because I'm going out for my Christmas dinner this year. But as I was saying in Sammy's stream, if you were there, my flat's not big enough to host Christmas Day and to cook for everyone here, which is a shame because I'd love to do it. So I'm going out for Christmas Day this year, and my mum and her partner are paying for it. But we did that, was it last year or the year before we did that, and it was really nice. Really nice indeed. Right, so I'm going to come down to these ones here and just do the same again with the olive green first. Oh, well, that'll be nice, Pat. It'll be a nice change for you, Joanne. Well, the past few nights, Ian's been at work till 9 o'clock. And so it's just obviously been me in the house with Frank and the kittens and Steve, which is our oldest cat. But she just keeps herself to herself, and she normally doesn't service until Ian gets home from work, and then you know she's there. So I've just been catching up with the advent calendars because I'm a little bit behind. But I'm only doing 2. If I get time to catch up with another one, I will. But I'm doing the Project Isabel setup. I'm doing that advent calendar. And I'm in the middle of doing the 4th of December on that one with Laura's image. And I'm also doing Kim White's from Creative Happy Living, or I think it's called Creative Happy Life, that's it. I'm also doing hers, and I've just got today's to colour in for that. So I'm pretty much caught up with hers. But I'm really enjoying the images. And I've also got Zoe Sadler's on the table. Bye, Joanne. Take care, sweetheart. So yeah, nearly caught up those, but I've got Rita Berman's book for the one she's hosting this year with all of the cookies on. I haven't started that one yet, and I haven't started Zoe's. But I've also heard that the Christmas Cats colouring book has an advent in. I don't have that book, so I couldn't tell you what page it's on or who the artist is or anything. I think it's Lulu Mayo is how you pronounce her name for that one. I'm not sure who else has an advent calendar for this year. Right, I'm just going to pick out some different greens this time. So my lightest one will be chartreuse, and my darkest one will be, without throwing them on the floor, I tell you what, now that I've did my nice little intro with my lights, I'll pick the big light on. There we go. Oh, so yes, I'm back. So my darkest one, I'm going to choose Prussian Green, and I'm going to use these two colours on these little wispy ones here. And I'm just going to do the same again, except I'm going to go the other way. So I'm going to start at the tip with the darkest and do the lightest on the inside. Oh, thank you, Sammy, and hiya. Hiya, Shannon. So yeah, I'm just going the other way this time to what I've just done for the holly leaves. And I'm starting with the dark on the tip and doing a lighter pressure on the way back down. Sammy, if you could, would you be able to, after you've done what you need to do, post up the link for Rita Berman's Facebook page, please? That would be fantastic. But there's no hurry, do what you have to. Right. So apart from the advents, I've not really done much Christmas colouring, if any, really. I do have a few lined up that I'd like to do. And of course, I'll not get this finished at all in stream, so I'll be finishing this one off as well. But I've got a Hannah Lynn image, which is her Patreon image, to colour in, which I'd like to, because I've not actually got round to finishing any of her monthly Patreon images yet, which is a shame, because she does such lovely images. And then I've got Christmas images for Sassy colouring to do, because she has some cute little images out, and she's also released her next set of monthly cuties, which are also really cute. So I'm using the chartreuse now, and I'm doing that from the base of the leaf into the dark Prussian green. And that just gives a nice different tone from what we did on the holly leaves. I've also got Christmas cards to make. I haven't started them yet, but I have got all of the stuff out to make them on my craft table here. So that is a job to start maybe tomorrow night, because I am going out for lunch at about 1 o'clock tomorrow. So getting ready for that will take some time. Oh, thank you, lovely. Welcome back, Nana. And now I'm going to mix up the colours. So I'm going to reuse the apple green now. And I'm going to use that one on these little leaves here. And I'm going to do dark from the base and the tip, leading lightly to the middle. Like that. By the way, Sammy, I really loved what you did in your stream today. It was something different and I really loved it. Welcome back, Becky. Oh, that sounds lovely. Hiya, Rosemary. Thank you very much, and you are more welcome here than people seem to realise, that subs and new people are just taken for granted, but yous really aren't. Yous are really well appreciated. So I'm coming back in with my chartreuse this time, and this is my light colour. And I'm going to use that as my filler on the apple green. And I'm not pressing hard at all. And with the apple green being light as it is, the chartreuse kind of makes it look yellow. Like the chartreuse looks more yellow than green. But I'm just doing that for those ones, and I've got these ones down here, so I'm just going to turn my page this way this time. There we go, and just do the same again from both the tip and the base of the leaf, and fade into the middle. And then get your chartreuse again. Hiya, Lisa. Would help if I had the right side of the pencil. So I might have to end my stream a bit early, but we'll see for now. Excuse me. And then this big leaf down here, I think is a mistletoe leaf. We've got one here and then two on this side. But I'm sure this is mistletoe, and these more rounded ones here without the dots are your holly. As I said, I'm not sure what these are. I think they're rose hips, but I'm not sure. But I'm going to grab two other colours now, and that would be Sap Green Light. I know, Sammy, that's the worst thing about doing these, is that the cleanup's always the worst afterwards. And then I'm coming in with green, grey green light as well. So I'm going to use the Sap Green Light first. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the holly. And I'm going to start off with the dark pressure. And I'm just going to do that around the edges of them here. And then this one I'll fade into a lighter pressure. Same with the middle, I'm just going to do a hard pressure for that one. And then the same on the side here. And I'd also like to take this moment whilst I'm on stream again to say a massive thank you to all of you guys, because although I have been MIA for about 4 months, I have nearly reached 700 subs, which has really made my day, because I didn't realize until I came on to stream just now. So I'm just taking the Sap Green light and I'm going to do the same as what I did here. We'll do the dark at the base here and we'll work it up to the light, and then we'll add in the grey-green light. So I'm not doing a heavy pressure, it's just a medium pressure, but I'm letting off as I go up and into a very light pressure so you can barely see it. And then just make sure I get around all those edges. Ooh, and I was advised by the lovely Steph, which is Stephanie Jordan, about watching Lost in Space, because season 2 is due out on Christmas Eve. And I started watching it, and before I knew it, I was on episode 4. I've really enjoyed watching that. So if you haven't already watched it or are watching it, I highly recommend it, because it's really good. Hiya, Selena. So yes, that is on Netflix as well. So if you're struggling for things to find to watch at the moment, that is a massive recommendation. And like I said, that is on Netflix. So that is how I'm going to colour those leaves on here. Nice difference. And then for this last leaf on this side, I'm going to come back to Prussian Green. I'll just give it a sharpen again. Nope, that's olive green. Prussian Green. And because this has stripes on one side and plain on the other, I'm going to go up the inside of the leaf and lighten my pressure towards the edge. And it'll stay quite dark here because obviously this is in front. And I'm just going to do, even though there's a pattern on this side of the leaf, I'm going to do exactly the same. Dark at the center and fade it out. And then I'm going to come in again with the grey-green light and use that as my lightest colour at the edges. Like so. But don't go too close back into the Prussian Green because you'll take it away with this pencil. Right, so that's all of the leaves done on this side of the page. And I'm now going to figure out some colours for these. For this one, I'm going to keep the grey green light out, and I'm going to reach for my Luminance Buff Titanium. So I'll just give those a sharpen again. So yes, I'm surmising these are mistletoe. So I'm going to try and keep them to a very pale greeny off-whitey colour. Hiya, Mum. If you came in a bit earlier, I'm sorry I didn't notice till now. So I'm just using this mark here as an indication as to where to put my colour, and I'm leaving all of this bit white for the moment, and I'm just putting a bit of pressure down here and feathering it out. And I'll do the same here. So we have some dots here. I'm just going to keep my colour to these lines here, bit of pressure and fade it out. And then I'm going to take my Buff Titanium and do the rest of the berry. And you can't see it very well, but I'm just going to fade that into the grey green light, and that gives it that greeny off-white colour, which you do see some berries and leaves. And these are going to be my mistletoe. So I'll do the same again with these two here. And then with the Buff Titanium. Hiya, Christina. So as I said before, I hope everyone's doing well, because I know that this time of year can make a lot of people unwell. So all I can suggest is keep warm, wrap up warm if you go outside, and just stay safe. Right, so these I'm guessing are holly. So for these, I'm going to use Crimson Red and Pomegranate. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did, very similar with the mistletoe berries. And I'm going to start by doing my heavier pressure on this little bit here and just fade out. And this whole center section here is going to be my darker section. And then I'm going to take a pomegranate, and from the same dark side, I'm going to do that from here and just work my way lightly to the other side. And then I'll come back in a bit later with a white gel pen or a Posca pen. Just like that, and I'll do the same with these two other berries. So this is Crimson Red from the center section. And then Pomegranate from the outer section. And if you like, just as I did with the first one, just blend the two together in the darker section. It depends on what kind of colour variation you're after, but I quite like the two mixed together. And then again on this last one, Oh, I've just realised I've got some there as well, so I'll colour those ones in. I'm just making sure I keep it in frame. So crimson red and fade out, and then pomegranate fading out to the top again. So has anybody watched any Christmas films or programs yet? I haven't watched any yet, but I have been getting myself prepared. There's a few films I've picked out I'd like to get watching. And I found out today from Sammy that Christmas Chronicles 2, there's going to be another one of those. So I'm quite excited for that because I really enjoyed the first one. And I really want to see Frozen 2. And I think what better time of year than to see that than now. Oh, thank you, Laura. And welcome back. So again with the pomegranate. And just bring that up lightly. I've just decided myself on this little one here where to do the crimson red from, because it didn't have a mark. So I've just done it the same way these ones are going. You don't have to. You can change it up and have it going the other way. So there we go. And then these ones, I'm not 100% sure what they are. So I'm going to do them some browns. So I've got terracotta and I can find, oh there we go, and I've got burnt ochre. So I'm going to use terracotta as my darker colour. And I'm just going to quickly go back in here and do that, the colour that we did the leaf. So that is the Sap Green light. And I'm just going to bring that down from the berry. And the grey green light. And that keeps that in with the leaf. There we go. So I'm going in with terracotta now. And I'll do these three here. So I'm going to completely ignore this here. This is a shine line, as I call them. I'm not sure if that's their professional name, but it is for me. And I'm just going to start at the base and work my way up, because I can put that back in with a Posca pen or white gel pen. I think these are rose hips, but I'm not sure. Just because the ones at the top do have little spikes on the stem, which makes me believe that they're roses. But I'm just going to do them brown because this is like a seed pod. And then I'm going to bring that back down into this bit here. And I'm going to use the chartreuse green on the two little bits that come out the sides there. So I'll do that on that one as well. And that one doesn't have them. Yes, Laura, get your feet up and have a cuppa. So I'm going in with the burnt ochre now. I'm going to start at the top and I'm just using a light pressure here. And I'm going to make my way back down into the terracotta. and then back up again. Like that, and then do the same at the bottom here. I'm just going to do another layer. I'm just going to keep going up and down until I'm happy with the result. And then I'll do the same again with the one beside it. So terracotta, and then I'll do this one as well with the terracotta whilst I've got it in my hand. And then come back in with burnt ochre. And do what we did on the first one. And again, just go up and down until you're happy with the colour that you have. And then the same with this one. Here we go. So I'll get out a White Posca pen, which are just in front of me here. And we'll just go over those to see what it looks like. So I'm just literally going over where the shine line was already there. You don't have to do them white, you could use a different pen. And maybe it's just do, you could do them brown. But obviously with it being a pen, it would still stand out to be noticeable. Hi Susie. Hiya Leslie. And hi, anybody else I've missed coming in, just shout up if I've missed you. Right, and whilst I've got this out, I'm just going to, obviously my pen's not going to work. There we go, just put little shines on the lighter sides of these. And the same with these ones. Like that. And then we'll do these ones at the top here. Oh, that's Frank. He's lying down beside me, so you'll be able to hear him. Oh, and thank you. They're lovely. I can't wait to get them. Oh. Of course. Right. 2 moments. I need to empty my pencil sharpener. Yeah, because you see, when I'm on a Thursday, Friday and Saturday, I'm home alone. So when I come to stream on those days or make videos, the house is silent. So any little noise that Frank or the cats make, you hear it. He is a pug. Oh, and thank you. I'll be getting them done again next week. Getting them done all Christmassy. But yes, Frank is my lovely, lovely pug. Welcome back, Becky. Right, so we're going in with terracotta again, and I'll just very quickly do the terracotta on all 3. I don't know what I would do without Frank. I mean, I know I've got the cats, so I can't be totally biased towards him, but he is my favourite. And the 2 girls are at the vet's on Wednesday to be neutered. Poor things. But they're just so noisy at the moment. Right, and then we're coming back in with burnt ochre. I must admit, I don't have a really loud sounding cat. Honestly, Susie, try being in bed when your partner snores and your dog snores both at the same time. It's really hard to get to sleep unless I'm already exhausted. I honestly don't think it sounds that loud, but I'm obviously just used to it. And then I'll bring in the chartreuse again for the little leaves. So just colour those in again. And I'm going to use Sap Green Light just to give those spikes a little colour in. That was my older cat Steve, the one who normally doesn't show her face, but of course she is today because I've got Christmas lights on my table. So I'm just using the White Posca again just to add in those shine lines. And then I'm going to just add some little white dots to my holly leaves because I want to. Because my problem is, once I get a Posca pen in my hand, I can't stop myself from doing these things. So now my holly leaves have white dots on them as if they've got some kind of disease. There we go. There. Susie, this is a free PDF at the moment from Rita Berman's Facebook group. Right, and that is all the leaves and berries from this side. I'm just going to fill in with olive green any of the stems that are showing. Except this one here, I'm going to take it to the ladder, and that is with the Sap Green light again. But I'm just going up to the ladder for now because I don't want to bore you doing my whole stream colouring in the outside of the image. So I'll leave the other side and do that in my spare time. Rochelle, that's funny. That's just it. You don't hear yourself snoring very much. When I've been poorly, I've woken myself up snoring, but only when I've been poorly. I don't actually know if I snore properly. I've never been told that I snore, except when I've been ill. Right, so that's the side done. I'm just going to quickly add a few lines to these because again I can't help myself. There we go. Right, I think I'm going to move on and colour the little mouse's hat, scarf, gloves and coat. Well, pretty much just his outfit for now. I'm going to give him little brown boots, so I'm going to go in with light umber and colour in his little boots. But he is rather cute, little Mr. Mouse here. And I'm just going to colour it in like that on both sides. I'm going to start dark again there just because it does show it going over. And then I'm going to come in with the colour beige as my secondary colour for these. Okay, Susie, take care, bye. So I'm just using beige now to go with the light umber. And it makes him look as though he's wearing tan coloured boots. And I'll just give the base of his boots a black outline. Make sure I've got a sharp pencil because it's very thin. So here. And here. And again on his other boot, just here, make that black. And then, as you can see, the tops of his boots are furry, so I'm just going to use a grey, and for this I'm using 20% warm grey, and I'm just going to give it some colour coming from the one side on both boots. And then I'm going to use my buff titanium again, just to soften that edge and also a buff that in or out. And then I've noticed that his gloves are the same, so I'm going to do his gloves the same colour as his boots. If I can find where I put the colours, I put them down and I never find them again. Right, so that's light umber, and I'll do that coming from the fur on his glove. And just bring that out lightly, and then again on this one, bring that up lightly on the end of his thumb, and then go in with beige, and that gives it the tan look. And then do the same again with the fur. Just use your 20% warm grey. Hiya, Emily. And you're just going to go in from one side, and I'm going to do that from this side. And then with your buff titanium, just buff that again. There. Right, so he also has what looks to be fur on the bottom of his coat. So I'm just going back in with the 20% warm grey and just giving that a bit of colour. All the way along the middle there. And then using the buff titanium, again, just smooth that all out. And then I'm going to get my Posca pen, and I'm just going to put a few little lines on the darker side, and then on these ones just covering those lines that were given. Like that. think I'll give him the same colour jacket as his boots and gloves, and we'll keep the bright colours for his scarf and hat. Ooh, Laura, have you got a new page out? Because I'll have to have a look and get it. Right, so this one's in the background, so this will be more darker. If anyone is struggling with visual capacity, make sure that you are set to 720p, because that's what I've got my phone set to, the recorder at the moment, and you'll be able to see a lot better. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see me colouring in Mr. Mouse a bit better. There we go. That's better. I'm just using the light umber at the moment, doing all of the shadowing. I'll keep turning my page just as I'm going along, just to make it easier for myself. Again, I'll make sure that he's always in frame, don't worry. But I haven't quite got the hang of trying to colour everything all the right way up just yet. Right, so the back of his coat here. And then if I turn it just one more time again there, under his scarf and around his scarf, and then under his arm. I'll have to have a look, Laura. Because I really do like your images. Right, so I'm just doing some shadowing coming up from the fluff. And then I'm going to go in with, just make sure that looks a bit better there. Going in with the beige now. Hiya, Kenny. Sorry if I didn't see you come in there. So I'm just going to go over with the beige like I did with the boots and the gloves. And the light umber gives it quite a weathered looking tan, which I quite like. Looks like he's wearing a little bomber jacket. If anyone needs to go and rest, please do. Don't think you have to stay. I know we're all in different time zones. Right, so I've just got his little pocket there, which I'm going to come back in with the light umber. And then obviously on the bottom part we are going to have a bit of a shadow. And then I'm just going to do the same from the top of the pocket. What's the matter, son? Like so. And I'm just going to colour the button in plain light umber. What's the matter? You go back to sleepies. And then I'm back in with beige. I think I'll come back in with the light umber there and just make this a bit more darker. What? Go sleepies. There we go. So that's his little jacket done. And now I'm going to move on and do his hat and scarf. And I'd like them to be quite colourful. So I've got Imperial Violet and non-photo blue to begin with. So yes, for those who've recently just popped in, this is a free image on Rita Berman's Facebook group. And I will be leaving all of the details in the description box after the stream. And it is for free, as I've said. And you can get this one and another one at the moment. So I've just used the Imperial Violet for the outer sides there. And then I've got non-photo blue for the inside. And then for his little pom-pom on his hat, I'm going to start from the base, and I've got the Imperial Violet again. Just make sure you can see what I'm doing, because I'm just about out. So I'm just starting in the center, and I'm just going to flick out with the Imperial Violet. And then I'm going to do the same again with the non-photo blue. And then I'm just going to leave the background of it white. So it looks like I've done a white pom-pom with the flecks of the two different blues in it to match the stripe. And then I'm going to keep the rest of the hat here and here white. So I'm just going to go in with the grey again. Just doing it dark from one side and then fading it out and going in with my buff titanium. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. I mean, there are obviously loads of different ways of colouring a pom-pom in. But you know, when you see them and they've got just that fleck of colour in, That's how I do mine, just by starting at the center and flicking it out. And then this is a woolly hat, so I'm not going to make a shine line. I'm just going to do a little squiggle here and a little squiggle here. You all right, son? And that is just to emphasize that those parts are white. And then I'm going to bring the two colors back in again, and I'm going to alternate them with this section here. But I'm going to do it from base to the top and not from side to side to the middle, because they are rather small sections. So I'm just going to do that. And then again on this one and this one. And then come in again with the non-photo blue and go the opposite way. Like that. And then again, because these are white, I'm just going to get my 20% grey and do a little bit of colour from the bottom there on the other three. And then grab buff titanium and just smooth that out. And then do the little squiggle again, as small as possible on each one. There we go. And then I'm going to do something similar with this part of the scarf. I'm going to do the thicker parts, the blue, and the thinner parts white. But I'm going to do this part first, and I'm going to do it the other way. So I'm going to do dark at the top and fade my way down. And that's with the Imperial Violet. Just like that. Oh, I love Polar Express. That's another film that's on my to watch before Christmas. And I've got a few books I'd like to read this month, but the way my reading's going at the moment, I'm not gonna get around to it because I've only started one of my Christmas books. And I've got another 3 there that I like to read, but I don't think I'm gonna get them done. So I'm coming back in with the 20% warm grey. But no, I had been reading a lot when I wasn't feeling well, but now that I'm back up and running, I'm back into colouring again. So I'm not finding as much time to read, which is okay. Just because I've got them out to read doesn't mean that I have to read them. I can read some of the Christmas ones in January. There's no harm in that. Right, so as I said, I'm going to do these parts blue, and I'm going to try and do it from both sides for the scarf. These parts anyways. Like that. Do that on all of the bigger sections. And the same on this side of the scarf. I'll have to get a pen in there. that should be alright actually. So for these bits, I'm just going to do it from one side. And then I'm going in with the non-photo blue again. Take care, Nana. Glad you could join at the beginning. Go and get some rest. So now I'm just going down the middle sections with the non-photo blue. And then I'm just grabbing my 20% warm grey, and I'm just going to do that from one side. Some bits are going to have a lot more grey than others. Then the buff titanium, and just smooth that out. And then the Posca pen. Oh well, Laura, I'm making my own Christmas cards this year. Doesn't take me long to make a Christmas card, but I've been putting it off for the past few days, and I've got a massive pile of card making stuff on my table, just ready to be used. Right, so that's his hat and scarf finished. I'm just going in with rosy beige now, just to colour his tail in. And I'll also colour the inside of his ear. And I've also got clear rose, which I'm going to bring up from this section. And I'll use that clear rose just for the shadowing on his tail. Ooh, sorry about that. And then I'll just smooth it out with the rosy beige again. Yeah. Right. I think I'll use the same colour for his little cheekies. Give him little rosy cheeks. And now his pants. So I was thinking the Imperial Violet seems to be a good colour for jeans. Take care, Becky. Thank you for joining us. Oh, thank you, everyone. So I'm going to give him jeans. So I'm just going to turn my page again. And I'm going to make it darker from underneath the wool of his coat. And I'm just going to fade that down for now. Like that, and the same in his pocket. I'm going to make the majority of this dark though, because pockets normally are. And then I'm just going to this line here for the changing leg. I'm also going to bring some shadow down from there. And then I'm just going to try and smooth it out with the pencil alone, because with them being jeans, I'd quite like the white showing through from what you can see. Just going to smooth that out. Just like that. And a little bit of a shadow coming up from his boots. And even though we've just used one colour, one pencil, I'm going to leave those like that, so they look like denim. Just make sure that we do have shadowing. And there we go. And that's his little jeans. Blend that bit in a bit more to come down. There. Now for the mouse himself, I haven't fully decided on what colour I want him to be. I'm swaying towards white because he does have a nice little pink tail there. So I think I'll leave him as he is for now, but he may very well be staying white. So I may have to come back in with the grey pencil, but for now he'll do like that. We can colour in some of his candy houses next. Or the trees, or yeah, we'll colour some of the trees in. So I'm back with the olive green. And we'll colour the one that's right underneath him. Oh, thank you, Laura. So I'm going to colour this one in. And I'm just going to bring the colour down from the top to begin with. And then I'll bring it in from the sides. And then I'll also bring it up from the bottom. I need to keep making sure that it's in frame for use. It's pointless colouring something in if you can't see it. And then the little baubles I'm going to do on this tree all different colours. So I've got pink here. I'll make the top one pink. We'll do a blue one. And then the Imperial Violet one. And then I've got Dahlia Purple. Chartreuse. I have Sunburst Yellow. And I've also got Canary Yellow. And I have the Crimson Red. And Pomegranate. And I have lavender. And then just to blend out the green of the tree, I'm just going to come in with white and use it as a blender. Yes, sorry, I'm just looking at chat. Oh, you're not talking to me. Let me just have a look. Oh, you're after Sammy. Yes, the snoring is my pug, Frank. He sleeps beside me all the time. But he'll be awake soon enough because his dad finishes work at 9 o'clock. Plus, as soon as I move to go and do anything, he'll be up and following anyways. Right, so that is tree number 1. All colourful baubles and all. You can always hear Frank when the house is quiet. Right, so for this little tree here, I'm going to use the Prussian Green this time. And I'm going to do it the same way. I'm going to bring it in from the edges. So I'll just pop that way. This looks to be a whip of cream, so I'm going to leave that out with the green. And just bring it in from the sides on these sections. I'm going to make it a bit darker here as well. And then bring it up from the bottom. And I think I'll make these ones all different colours as well, because I quite liked how the other tree looked. There we go. It is, and Christmas is such a lovely time of year as well. I'm just glad that I'm not poorly enough to turn it down this time. Alright, so I've got the pink again. I'm going to do this nice big one pink. And now Imperial Violet. Dahlia Purple. Non-photo blue. Canary Yellow. Chartreuse. Crimson Red. Pomegranate. Sunburst Yellow. Lavender. I'll do Clear Rose as a colour this time. And is this Salmon Pink? Salmon Pink. And then I'm just going to use sand, the colour sand, to give the whipped cream a bit of a colour. I'm just going to fade that up and then bring in the buff titanium. And that's that little tree coloured in. And then this one here reminds me of the candy cane here. So I'm going to do this tree red and white. So I'm coming in with the crimson red. I'm just giving it a sharpen. Oh, I know, Laura, this whole picture makes me hungry. Right, so I'm going to have the smaller stripes as the white and the bigger ones red. And I've just realised I haven't... Let me just do that a minute. Right, I'm going to come back in with my white pencil on the green on this little tree here and use it as a blending pencil. Just go around all those little baubles. And then I'm going to be using the white pencil with the red pencil just to smooth that out on this section. So I'm going to fade it out to the top of each stripe. Like this. And then the same all the way down on each larger stripe. And the bottom one here. And then I'm going to take my white pencil and just blend those all in a bit. Now come back in with my red pencil as well, just to make those bottom parts more red rather than pink. So I'm just coming back in with crimson red there on the bottom of each section, just to make sure it looks red and not pink. Like that. And then for the white sections on this, I'm not going to come in with the grey. I'm going to use rosy beige this time and just very faintly add a little bit of rosy beige on each section. And just smooth that out with the buff titanium. Oh, bums. Just went and opened my sharpener up on the page. Right. Crisis saved. Luckily I didn't get any actual colour spill on it. Right. Put that back in there. It's because it fills up so quick. Right. Hiya, Heather. I think it's because the luminance just fit into the pencil sharpener, so it's a bit of a tight squeeze. But yeah, I'm just smoothing that out so it doesn't look too in your face. There we go. Right, so we do have, let me just check, another one of the red and white trees down here, so I'll leave that for now. We do have another one here and another bauble tree here. We do have these two trees here and over here that look like Christmas trees. This one has baubles on. I'll just move that up there. These two are just plain, so we'll colour those in. What I'm going to do with this here is I'm going to give that a nice shine line down the whole side. Like that. Right. So, let's make sure I've got all these sharpenings off the page. There we go. Dropping something else on the floor now. I'll get that in a bit. Right. So these two trees here and this one here, I'm going to use a different green this time. I'm going to use dark green. Just grab that out my pencil case. There we go. So I've got dark green there. And again, I'm just going to start at the edge and bring that in. Like so. And then, like I did with the holly leaves on the border, I'm going to use the apple green to fill in the center of these. Like that. And then bring in the apple green and just fill the center of that in. Here we go. And that's just our plain Christmas trees. Oh, thank you, Kenny. So I'm just going to do the same again on this one with the dark green, fading it into the middle of the tree. So I am scheduled to finish for 9 o'clock my time tonight, which is roughly an hour and 10 minutes. But I'm going to be finishing a little bit earlier, just so that I can get myself some dinner and rest my back a bit. I didn't realise coming back on streaming would put pressure on my back as much as it does. And what I'll do is I'll keep everybody posted when I finish this on Instagram. And you'll be able to, I'll start posting up my advents and you'll be able to see how I'm getting along with those. I have been posting them up on Facebook. It is a cozy little town. It's really cute. I'll be too tempted to try and eat it all the time though. But I'm still going to be on for a little bit yet. At least till about 1:15. So we can get a few more of these little bits and bobs done on the inside of this village. But it's been really good to actually come back and stream. And I miss just chatting away to everyone. Even though I'm absolutely terrible at keeping up with chat. Because I'm too busy concentrating on what I'm doing on my picture that I sometimes forget chat's there. But I'll get back into the swing of things. Right, so apple green again. I'll just fill this tree in. And then we'll choose 5 colours for the baubles. Right, so just turn that to the side there. This is very true. Entertain yourselves. So I've got non-photo blue, and I'm going back in with hot pink. And we will do canary yellow. And I'll do crimson red. And dahlia purple on that little tree. Right. I'll leave it there for the trees, and I'll do some more of the trees in my own time. I'm going to bring you down to this bottom section here with some candies and cookies. So this one looks like it's a cookie with icing on the top with little sequins. And I quite like the idea of keeping the sequins quite the same as what we did with the baubles on the trees and having them all different colours. But we'll do the biscuit and the icing. And I'm coming in now with burnt ochre. It sure is everybody having fun, and it doesn't matter if it's the host of the stream chatting away to you guys, or you guys chatting away between yourselves. As long as you're all having fun and relaxing and taking part, that's all that matters really. Right, I've got no idea how to colour in a cookie, so I'm just going to fade it into sections and then see how it all looks once I've finished. And even if it doesn't look great, then it doesn't matter. It's my cookie. It's just going to look a bit more well done on some sides and sections than it is on the others. But I'm doing this burnt ochre now, and then I'm going to go in with cream on top of that. This burnt ochre, I've got about 3 that are small, and then I've got another one which I have in my spares, which is brand new. I've not touched it yet. When it comes to browns, I use it quite a lot because it has that orangey tone to it as well, and I quite like how it looks. That doesn't look too bad. It's no cookie, but never mind. Right. So in terms of the icing on the top, I'm going to keep it pretty basic again. And I'll be using cream with the buff titanium over the top. But I'm going to colour the sequins in first, the spots. So I've got the hot pink again, and imperial violet, and I'll add some greens in this time. So I've got Prussian Green, I've got crimson red, salmon pink, sunburst yellow, lavender, chartreuse, crimson red, although that was crimson red, put that one back down, pomegranate, dahlia purple, non-photo blue, canary yellow, sap green light, and I'll use the beige as well. So beige, yes, tea and biscuits, or cookies, or tea and cakes. Right, so I've got rosy beige as well. Basically just using every single colour I've got here. Clear rose. I've got 3 spots left, so I've got apple green, henna, and one more. Why not the burnt ochre that we used on the outside? Right, so then I'm just going to use the cream, and I'm just, where it's dark on the outside, I'm just going to pick that up with the cream and fade it in. And I'll do that on all the sections where it's dark, just being mindful of where my sprinkles are. And here. And then I'm just going to get the buff titanium, and I've sharpened it already, and I'm just going to smooth out those bits that were cream. Again, being mindful of where the sprinkles are. Because we don't want the colours from the sprinkles to spread. There we go, and that is one little cookie. Do it, Laura. I mean, they're your cookies. If you want them to be bum shaped, let them be bum shaped. Right, so I'm coming in with the crimson red again. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, the crimson red again. And I'm going to do the pinwheel here. And I'm just going to start in the center and fade out. And I'm going to do that on every other one. And then I'm going to come back in with white. Oh yes, if you're going to make them, we have to see them. There we go, so that's just blending that out so it's not. I might come in with the red again, just to make sure that that's red and not pink. I'm just going to grab the crimson red again, and I'm just going to make sure that these look red and not pink. So I do have a video done, it just needs to be edited, on the craft things I received for my birthday. Because I did get quite a few bits and pieces, books, pens, a candle making set, a heat gun. So I do have that video which will be going up in the next few days. So I'm just going to get the rosy beige again, and I'm just going to literally put a faint line down each one of these. I'm not going to do any more colouring of that for the white sections. And then on this one, I'm just going to grab my Posca pen. And just bring that down around there. Like that. And then just on the icing on the cookie, I'm going to do the same. And I'm going to zoom out so we can see what we've done. Like that. And again, I'm just going to show you the other image that you can get for free from Rita Berman's Facebook page at the moment, and that is this one here, which seems to be the outside of a house, and you have the part wreath border, which is similar on both sides but not completely the same. You have teapots, we have the matching teapot, the teacup, sorry. We have a pretzel, we have a letter, hot chocolate, what seems to be some kind of pudding over here. And this is another really cute image. And again, both of these images are in her Facebook group, and if you look under a post by the lovely Marina, I can't remember now what the actual thing's called, but if you just click on, it'll have like a link bar added to the image. If you just click on that, it'll take you straight to where you can get both of these from. So they are both on there. What else I can show you at the moment is how my advent calendars are coming along. So this is mine by the lovely Kim White. And as you can see, I am still to do today's prompt, which is the snowman. And then if you haven't already got this, you have to be part of her club, which is for a small monthly payment. And you have this page for the first half of the month, and then this page for the second half of the month. And then for December, you have this for the 25th of December, which is a full image, which again has lovely cute little mice on it. And to make it easier on myself, I printed off the prompts. So tomorrow is the snowman, and then after that it's the gingerbread man, then the candies, then Santa stuck in his chimney, the poinsettia wreath, and the milk and cookies. And that is all for the first page, where I've already started colouring in this page here. And then also what I've started is the Passionista Coloristas Advent Calendar, which is also 3 pages long. And this is how far I've gotten so far on this. I'm in the middle of Laura's image for day 4, and I'm really enjoying it. I've gone for something less traditional when it comes to the hat. And I've also added, I don't know if you can see it in there, but I've also added quite a bit of glitter on this. And I'm not going to add backgrounds to these, I'm just going to stick to glitter and see how I go for those. But that's how far I've gotten on that one. Also by Kim White, if you are part of her club, you were able to get some of these really cute gift tags to colour in and cut out. These were part of last month's bundle of bits and pieces, so I've got those out ready to colour in. And then, as I was saying, there are other people who have brought pages out. We have Sassy Colourings, Mariola Budek has quite a few Christmassy images out at the moment. Christine Karen has Christmas images, and we also have Zoe Sadler, who has an advent calendar, and Rita Berman herself is doing a colour along in 2 of her books, because you have her winter book and you have her all seasons book, and you can find the image she's using to do her advent this year in both of those books. And it's to do all of the cookies and sweets and all that sort of thing, which I haven't started that one yet either, because I'm still catching up with the 2 I've got. And I may very well not do those this year, because I'd like to get pages like this coloured in, or the gift tags. And Hannah Lynn has a really lovely image out this time for her Patreon. So if you're looking to be a Patreon to someone, then Hannah Lynn is definitely one to think about, because her image is beautiful. But it has been really, really good coming back and streaming for all of you and speaking to you and just colouring in casually. And it was nice to decorate my desk all Christmassy just for the night. But I definitely will be keeping the candle going, because it smells like butter. It's really nice. I know you're not meant to do this, but if only you could smell it. It smells amazing. It smells like butter cookies. It really does. But yes, I've had so much fun. And I know I'm cutting off a bit early, but I will be back. Not tonight, but I will be back streaming now that I've done it tonight. And as I said, I'll get some videos up of my Christmas craft goodies that I received, Oh, if only, Laura, if only. Oh, thank you, Kenny. And Sammy. Thank you for joining, Leslie. Thank you, Laura. It's been good to be back. I think after being away for so long, it was just that one step over the hurdle that I needed to take, and it's been really good. Yes, I'll go and get some food. And then I'll be putting my feet up and probably sticking Lost in Space back on. But yes, it's not Christmassy, but if you're looking for something different to watch, then I recommend Lost in Space on Netflix. There is 10 episodes to season 1, and then season 2 is out on Christmas Eve. It was lovely to have everyone in my stream today. Thank you so much for joining in, and I can't wait to see how your pictures turn out. And look on my Instagram for the finished picture, because that's where I'll post it up, and also in my Facebook group. But it was lovely to talk to you all, and I'll have my description done shortly. Thanks, guys. Bye, and Merry Christmas.